So same thing, I have my little top off. I'll take my funnel, put it in. Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures, and today I'm not thirsty, but I do have a gallon of distilled water, but my forklift certainly is thirsty. If you remember, I bought this forklift last summer, so I've had it nearly a year, and it's an older forklift. I don't know the exact year of it. It had new batteries put in 2019. Batteries for a battery-operated forklift can be very pricey. They're not cheap. So I'm trying to make sure I really take care of these batteries. And, you know, a distilled batter or distilled water, adding it to the battery, it's because it's a lead-acid battery. I put up some facts on ChatGPT using a little AI technology just to validate some of what I'm telling you. But ultimately, lead-acid batteries, those plates in there, it creates like the electrolyte, you know, combination of, you know, science, basically. And if that evaporates completely, those plates will dry out. You'll kind of smell like a burnt egg, a deviled egg smell in your shop, and that just kills and crushes the longevity of the battery. It's recommended, at least on the plate on the forklift, that you check it after each use. I don't do that. I don't use the forklift much, but if I was a factory running it 8 or 10 hours a day, absolutely would. But what I'm going to show you is how I add distilled water to this yellow forklift and what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is the old forklift, and on this specific forklift, the first thing that you're always going to want to do before you change or add water is make sure your battery is not connected. So I'm completely disconnecting my battery here, and then I will go ahead and click that down. I'll go ahead and click this down, and then you want to lift the entire seat back, and that actually exposes all of the batteries. Now, I would tell you, this is kind of hard to lift up when you yank it, but you just got to really give it good tugs because you're sitting on the seat, and it can basically push it down. And then this will go completely back here. I'm always paranoid that it's going to crack my head, but to date it hasn't. It sits pretty nicely. And these are all of the different batteries. You know, it's an array of batteries that kind of feed off each other. And this is what you want to be very, very mindful of. Okay, if you're a pro, you might be saying this is the most basic thing ever. But if you're a small business owner or, you know, a car DIY guy, whatever, if you have a forklift for different purposes, this video is going to be for you. So each of the batteries has one of these little yellow tips on it. And these yellow tips are what's going to expose the actual element, the plate in the battery, and that plate is what you want to look for because you want the water to be just over the metal plate. You don't want to put too much in. You might notice that I have like, it looks like a little bit of battery leakage and corrosion there. You never want to see a ton of that. I'm going to be honest, the reason why you see that there, I overcharged these batteries, stupid mistake. Luckily, I caught it before anything crazy happened, but you never want to see a whole lot of that. The tools I typically use, a little flashlight I find really important. I like to have a rag. I usually use some slip joint pliers or something, anything, just to help me pop these off if they get a little cranky. I like to use a funnel because I can put it in there without spilling water everywhere. And then I use distilled water. I buy this at the Dollar General right up the street. It's like $1.80. You'll be surprised how much water it takes. The first time I did this, I thought I would just need to get a gallon. I had to get like 6 gallons to go all the way around. That was last year. And then this year is when I started having the issue of Jason doing an overcharge late last year. So you go ahead and pop the yellow thing off, keep all your stuff organized, and then you look down in there and you want to see water that's coming just above the plate. So I'm going to get you in a little bit closer to take a look. Okay, so when you look in here, as I mentioned, you're going to want to see just a little bit of water in it. And you can see here on the video this plate, and that plate is what helps and then you want to make sure your electrolytes are where they are for the lead acid battery. So if that plate looks dry and there's no water over it, you know you got an issue. Now, I have water that's coming out. If I push that plate, I can see some of the water actually coming out. It would benefit from being topped off for sure. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about in there. That's the plate. And you can hopefully see the water that's just right above that plate. So this is not high, it's not in desperate need of water, but it could benefit from a little bit of top off. So when I add the water, I take my funnel, I put it in there. I usually take my towel because I know I'm going to spill a little bit because that's just what I do. But I wrap that around just initially just so I can get some of the water. This thing's filled so high. So I've added just a little bit into it. I'll lean back, I'll take a peek. And I mean, it's absolutely perfect at this point. Like I can see it right above the plate, which is exactly where I want the water. You can see that water in there. So I hardly added any. I mean, I'm talking, you know, what I added like an ounce maybe, if that. Because all of these batteries I know are good. The ones in the back are the ones that I know are a little bit low in water. So I'll follow that exact same process. So put your cap back on the one that you did. I'm going to attack some of these back here because I know these are the ones that are really low. Yeah, and I can tell like right away just by looking in there. It might be hard for you to see, but this is a really good example. There's like, you know, it's really dry. So this is one where I absolutely need to address because I don't see any water coming up over that little yellow plate in there. All of these I know need a good amount of water. So let's get to work. So same thing, I have my little top off. I'll take my funnel, put it in, aim that towards me, and then we're gonna go ahead and add some water here. Now you can see I'm being pretty gracious because that's so low. Where the other one I poured very, very slow. This is why I'm talking about, like, if you do what I did and you overcharge it and make a dumb mistake, you're basically running these batteries hot. This is where you'll be surprised with how much water you'll have to add. I'm probably gonna add like half a gallon. That just shows you how bad these were. You never want to be in that position. So that's pretty much good right there. So not half a gallon, but I'll add just a little bit more. Yeah, definitely good now. Then I can take this, put this back on, and you want to go through each of the yellow caps, and there's going to be some underneath of this lip that you'll have to get to. Actually, they're not really that far back. Just right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have about 8 of these that I need to do. So that, my friends, is how you can add water to your batteries of your forklift. You want to look for that plate inside and put it just slightly above. Definitely have good light. I usually do like to wear this little neck light only because it gives me the ability to really see when I'm working in there. Because you don't want to overfill them, because if you do that, you might have some of that acid, that battery acid, come out, which is not ideal. And don't make the mistake I did. It was really goofy of me. This is an old forklift, as I mentioned. Naturally, it has an old charger, and the timer, it doesn't seem to really work when it thinks it's completely full. So it was just cooking these batteries for like 10 hours too long. And I knew I had an issue when I came in, and I was really concerned that I wouldn't be able to use the forklift anymore because I could smell that egg smell. But as it turns out, everything was okay, and I could in fact use The forklift, fine, and batteries are like $4 or $5 grand, so don't mess up. Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures, and I hope you found this video helpful. And if you have any tips, let me know. I'm always learning. Have a great day.